We have Bobby Millz here today on the podcast. Bobby Millz, the famous Bobby Millz of Wheelhouse Diecast. He changed his name on me, and we just talked about that before he came on here and threw me off. Had to write it down. What's going on, Bobby? How you doing today?
I'm all right, Mike. I'm glad to be here. Glad to be here.
Glad to have you, man. Ever since I stumbled upon your channel, I just whenever I see a video, you're funny, man. You make me laugh. There's the voices. That's the same stuff I do, so we can relate to each other on that. Yeah. So I'm glad to have you on, man. So we're gonna talk diecast. We're gonna talk about your channel, your Instagram, your YouTube. I'm gonna start it off. Yeah, usually, sometimes I ask at the end. Let's start it off. Where can we find you at to look at your collection, to laugh with you, your funny accents, your songs, whatever you do. Where can we find you at, Bobby?
So if you want to see me, both YouTube channel and Instagram are both the same. Both are Wheelhouse Diecast. So Instagram is Wheelhouse_Diecast.
Okay.
And that's where you can find all the action.
Yeah, check it all out. Let me pull it up here real quick on my phone and show everybody where they can find you at. Yeah. What it looks like, because Instagram. So
there we go. Just
look at that. Look at the Golf right next to the Millz.
Yeah, there you go.
Just look at it, sir. Sir. And I found a picture of you on here as well. That's
yeah, that was back when I had my Jerry curl, though.
Oh man. So yeah, so what's new in the world of diecast for you, Bobby? I know that you've recently, like myself, kind of changed your collecting habits. Maybe less Hot Wheels, maybe more. Well, tell us what you like. Tell us what it's shifting to.
Yeah, so I kind of caught the bug with the premium brands. A little bit of Tarmac Works, Mini GT, N064. Like the first one of those that I got was the Super 9 RWB from Tarmac Works, and I was like,
RWB, you gotta love RWB.
Oh yeah. So I was like, yeah, these are awesome. And then it was just one after the other. So I think altogether I have about like 5 or 6 of these types. But yeah, Hot Wheels, like my last video, I've just been dialing back on some things, namely Boulevards, not chasing those anymore, not doing 2-packs anymore. Like I'm very specific to the car now. Like
specifically speaking.
Yeah, specifically. So like what I'll do is I'll go on Ministry of Diecast and I'll watch the unboxing videos, and I'll just like, all right, let's see what's coming up in the case, and then I'll make a little list like, oh yeah, these are the cars I want, and then like a week later I'll look at the list again like, nah, I don't want these. And so there'll be like maybe 2 left from that case. So there's bound to be like a couple I like from each case, but I'm not chasing it so feverishly.
Yeah, I think I dropped off a bit a while ago. I mean, supply chain issues are always a thing. And then, like you said, with the Boulevard, it's just tough to find all of them, especially if you're a completionist. I'm not. Right. If there's a set of 5 or whatever, I pick the one I like. If I only like one of them, if I only like 2 of them, I'll pick them up. But some people are just like, I gotta have them all.
Yeah, y'all got any more than Boulevards?
Got any more? Hey, teacher. Yeah. So. Yeah. So I get it, man. It gets really frustrating when you're having a hard time finding things, and you have to go on, Feebay or Mercari or all these places to find that last one that you're looking for. So Boulevard has always been one of my favorites, to be honest with you.
Right.
And they've always been really cool, but yeah, do I have to have them all? No, not really. Those premium cars, they just they add up. And when you start looking at like we were talking, I was showing you this little AE86 here.
Yeah.
when you start seeing this stuff and you're like, oh, I can't remember what this was. It wasn't cheap. This is this is pretty premium stuff. So I think this was
Yeah,
I think we were getting into the 40 range or something on
yeah,
this, which is a little higher. But with other stuff, like with these, the Kaito House, excuse me, they're like $25. Maybe 29
right.
bucks. So once you see these and you open these, you're like, dude, I mean, this is a couple regular Hot Wheel premiums that I have this that has a sweet box, sweet presentation, and way more detail for like those mini GTs. So
Right.
once you start picking those up, yeah, you don't pick as many up, and of course you don't want to. When you're spending $8 at a time or 8 to 9, 10, then you grab a lot of them, right? So you're like grabbing all these. You're like, oh, it's no big deal.
Yeah.
It's just $9, and then all of a sudden you spend $1,000.
Yeah, I think right now it's kind of become like quality over quantity, you know, with
Yeah,
these
then and then you don't get so inundated, over having too many cars. Because I'm trying to scale down from like a couple thousand to a couple hundred right now.
it's funny you say that because last night I sat here in the wheelhouse and it was a disaster. It was such a mess. So I was putting
Yeah,
cars in places and I'm looking at it right now and you can see it. It's I'm running out of space. I'm getting to the
yeah,
point where it's like, all right, so what do I do now?
yeah.
You know?
Yeah, no, I get it.
Yeah.
I have a lot of my diecast car out in my shop, like up in the loft, and it's all like a lot of it's in boxes, and a lot of it's just like stacked and like piled up, and I just want basically to like make my entire collection a display. Enough diecast, maybe
Yeah.
a couple hundred, like maybe have them on the wall, maybe open a lot of them up. Not worry so much about cards, like I
Yeah.
have in the past. But when you open them up, then you can put them on a shelf like you got there, and it's just, I don't know, it's just easier to display them when they're out of the cards. Of course, some things are just kind of nicer in there.
Right.
But the cool thing about these, like the Kaido House cars, is that you can keep the boxes, you can put them somewhere else, or you can throw them in the trash. I mean, you don't have to keep them, and then
Yeah.
you just have a cool little car, and you don't have to keep all this stuff if you don't want to. Some people are really concerned about like resale value and stuff like that, but
No.
but not me. I buy this, and that's what I paid for it, and it's mine. I'm never gonna sell it.
Yeah,
So
none of these premium brands I'm not like, "Oh yeah, I have like no reselling intentions at all." And I have like a stack of a few mini GT boxes upstairs. They're slowly migrating to the bedroom upstairs.
they're just empty boxes, or
Well, I have the three. So for mini GT, I have. I just picked up the Lancia Delta Integrale, and I
mhm.
have an Advan GR Supra and a HKS GR Supra. And
Nice.
so I got like the three boxes. I'm like, yeah, these are gonna look nice all stacked together,
Yeah, you could like put those boxes together, like empty, and make them into some kind of raft or a boat, and just
yeah,
have that as
yeah,
extras in case you need to, make a quick getaway down a river or something like that.
yeah.
I don't know. I'm
You
just
never
throwing
know.
things out, Bobby. I'm just
You
throwing
never
things
know
out
what's
there.
gonna
You can
come in
do
handy.
what you want with my suggestions. Anyways, that was rude.
No,
So tell us what got you. How long you've been collecting, and what got you into collecting, and what's your, what have you been into mainly? I know it's probably Hot Wheels, but tell us a little bit about that. I'm asking like 16 questions at the same time, but go ahead.
so my concept of time is a little askew, but I want to say
Yeah.
it's been about 3 years,
Okay.
and
Roughly.
I know, yeah, and I know like very specifically how I got sucked into it. It was I blame my son. It's
Okay.
his fault. I remind him every day. I say it's your fault. But yeah, I started
Every
buying them
day.
for him. Yeah,
Son,
just so
it's
you
your
know,
fault. Wake up. You like in the morning, you just tap him on the forehead. It's your fault. Wake up.
in case
You
you
ruined my
forgot,
life.
you did this.
You
But
did this.
yeah, like I started buying them for him, and there was one specific car that Actually, no, I won't grab it. But you know what I'm talking about. There's one specific car that kind of got the ball rolling, and that was the Silhouettes RWB, the black one, because
Oh
I was
yeah.
already before I started collecting, I was already into RWB and was just really fascinated with the cars. So when I saw that, I was like, "Oh, they got a toy version of it. Oh, I gotta have that."
Like,
And
that's the closest thing I'm gonna ever
yeah,
have to a real
yeah.
thing. I better pick that up today.
But what's hilarious is that I bought it for my son. So
Oh, okay.
it's loose. That one is loose, but it's wrecked. So I
It's
have one
rough.
carded. Yeah, I have one carded I haven't opened up, but that was what got it going. And
That
then,
was a tough one to find, man. I don't think I ever
yeah,
found it in the stores.
yeah.
I
It's funny
have like
that
3 or 4 of them.
I got it right on the peg. Like, not if I was trying to find it, I wouldn't have found it. I
Yeah.
just haven't like, oh, what's that? But
You're just like
like,
standing in front of it all cross-eyed, like, oh my,
oh, but like,
look at
so
here.
there was a few other cars that got me going, like the you know that Fuel series with Golf and Shell and
Yeah,
Valvoline. So there's one that says Lionhead on it, and
yeah, yeah. The
back in the
van.
yeah, it's like a panel
It's
bus
like
or
a
something like
long
that.
van.
Yeah, so back in many moons ago, I had an idea that I was going to be a graphic designer, and my company was going to be called Lionhead Works.
Oh,
And
okay.
when I saw Lionhead, I was like, "Oh, it's Lionhead!" And so
Ooh,
so I
is
bought
that
that
what you
one.
were like?
So
Oh man.
I bought that one, and then of course I think this was my first introduction to collecting sets, because then I started to see the other ones, and I'm like, oh, I should get these. And next thing you know, a few hundred later, here we are, buried. But
Oh, man.
those were like the two
Ruined.
that kind of got the ball rolling.
So how many cars do you think you have roughly in your collection? If you were just to guesstimate, hundreds, couple into the
I
thousands.
don't think, nah, I don't think 1,000. Probably a few hundred, maybe like, yeah, tough to tell, but definitely not a
Yeah, a
thousand.
few hundred.
Yeah, I think the good thing that I have going for me is that this space is small, so it kind of like forces me to be creative as to where I put them and space management stuff like that. So I don't go too crazy.
You
But
know,
yeah,
it's Bobby. It's a lot easier to do those kind of things when you live your life a quarter mile at a time.
yeah.
Because for
Oh wait,
those
wait, 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 wait.
2 minutes,
So
nothing else matters.
I knew that I knew that Fast and Furious would come up, and I had to mention this. It was a meme that I saw once, and I thought it was the funniest thing. It said, it doesn't matter if you win by an inch or a mile, winning is winning. But it's like, but it's a quarter mile race. It's like, how do you win by a
So,
mile?
wow. Oh man,
Yep.
my problem with my all-time favorite Fast and Furious meme is where it's Dom and he said, "I'm in your face," and it's Dom's face in Brian's face, like it's like they swapped his face and they it's like, "I'm in your
That's
face." It's a
that's
picture of Dom's
literally
face in Brian's face. I'm like, wow, that's genius.
that's perfect.
So that's one of my favorites, and I think I made my own one of my own things into a meme like that. I'm sure I can
Yeah,
find it here, but I'm sure people know what I'm talking about if they've
yeah.
followed my clownery for years now. But yeah, to anybody new to watching this, yeah, go back and look at go to my section on Mark being Mark. That's the only, you got different sections. You got hunting, you got live streams, you got Mark being Mark, because that's the only thing I can think of that would kind of describe some of the videos I make, that
Yeah.
I have made.
I
So,
can, speaking of your channel, like I can remember when I first kind of got into the hobby and discovered like uh Derek's Facebook group and his channel and all that, and then I came across you, and I remember you had that dummy sitting up in the little loft area with the legs hanging
yeah,
down, and
yeah.
I was just like, and you were like, yeah, and that's Derek back there. I'm like, wait, what? Like,
Wait,
did he live
what?
with you? Or you guys live together? I was like such a dummy. Like, no, dude.
You were the dummy up there. You were the dummy.
I
That's
was
not Derek.
literally
That's Bobby Mills up there and
nah. That's me.
the legs
Yeah,
kicking. Yeah, and then I used that like dummy for the video where I throw it down the stairs and
that was
the zoom in
classic.
attack and everything. Yeah, and
Absolute
I think
classic.
I had to dismember it
Oh,
for my move. Yeah, so the police are looking for me. I think
like
FBI.
these oddly shaped black trash bags.
Yeah, exactly. They're not. They're leaves, officer. They're leaves.
Oliver.
Yeah, Oziver. So yeah, Derek is the one that got me into YouTube. So
Yeah.
I'm sure you've heard that. And then I got Derek into collecting and ruined his life. Your child ruined your life. I ruined Derek's life with getting him into. And I heard him. He was talking about it. He was in the live that I missed yesterday. He was talking about how I got him into it, and he was like, "Oh yeah," he's like, "I guess Mark." He's like, "What are you doing?" He's gonna go check out the toy section or whatever. He's like, "Oh, I thought he maybe had some toys to buy for someone's birthday or something." Like he's thinking like, "How dumb." He's going to the toy section, and then I start digging through these cars, and that was back when the Fair Lady Z, the yellow one, and the Skyline, the R34, I think the green R34 with the two black stripes on it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm start like pulling these out and showing him, and he just like grabs them, and then he just starts like, oh, and then he walks out with I think he's at 30 something cars. His first
Oh,
purchases of
yep.
Hot Wheels were 30 something cars, and
You
then
created
after
a
that,
monster.
he found out about Super Treasure Hunts, and then he was like Tyrone, like. Just gotta get those.
Gotta have it. Yep.
Yeah, so I started a monster, but we were into cars. We both had Supras back in the day when he lived up here in Washington, and we've always been into cars and
Right.
clowns. Just making each other laugh until we pee a little bit. That kind of stuff. So yeah, so. But yeah, so what got you to start your own channel?
Oh, very good question. There's one person who's responsible for that, and I'll give you a clue. He likes to stay juking.
Oh, Rapid Nismo.
Yeah. So what I did was on the I think it was the Honest Diecast Facebook group, I started to post a couple just random videos, and Rapinismo was like, "Oh, you should make a channel." He was like the biggest driving force for me to start a channel, and I was like, "Oh, all right, I'll try it out. I'll dabble." And I started. If you go back to my old videos, I'm recording in profile. It's blurry. The frame doesn't even fit the screen. It was like horrible.
Those are my favorite videos.
And those are original.
That's actually all I prefer, Bobby. I don't like to be able to hear things fully, where I kind of have to. It keeps me guessing.
Yeah. So, but he was my biggest motivator, and even
cool.
when times like even when I was getting frustrated with it, he was like, "No, you can't quit the channel. You can't quit the channel." So yeah, he was the big component with that.
Oh yeah, he's definitely one of my. I would say he's one of my biggest fans. He is hilarious. He's so into cars and Hot Wheels.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'll never forget. I don't think anyone can that was there. I'll never forget the live that he popped in on that I was doing, and he was in the dark under a blanket, and he's supposed to be asleep, and he was whispering. So it reminded me of like The Sixth Sense. So I see dead people. He was like, "Hey, Mark." He's like, "No, I want to stay on here." I was like, "You need to go to bed." And that's where it started. That's where it started. Like Rapid go to bed because he was in bed, and he was under the covers. You could just kind of see like a nose and maybe a couple eyes or something. and he's just whispering, and it's like, oh yeah, no, it's one of my favorite cars. I love the I love it. It was people were like, including myself, we were like, what is happening? Like, I mean, you can't make this stuff up. So, I mean, there's nobody like him. There's nobody like Rapid
Yeah.
Desmo. And of course, you know, I mean, that's why I've done things like, I mean, his intro song on YouTube, I made that for him. So
Yeah.
it's just, I don't mind doing those kind of things for, you know, for people that are huge supporters and just so diehard about, passionate about things, you know, and it shows.
Right.
He's everywhere. Of course, he slowed down a little bit when he got a girlfriend, you know, but he's not omnipresent anymore. He's just present. So
Yeah,
he's
that's
just, but we
I like to
we
say
love
I
Rabbit.
knew him when his voice wasn't so deep.
Yeah, he's like, "Hi guys, how's it going?" And he's like, "Hey guys, how's it going?" It's like
That's like
Southern all of a sudden.
his villain origin story. Like, because I didn't know that. Because I used to pop into live streams and just like anytime, as soon as he showed up, it's like, go to bed, Rapid, go to bed. Poor kid.
Yeah.
But
So that's the story behind that. It says it's not just I'm
that's
not just saying I'm
hilarious.
like, go to bed, dude. Like he's like, I'm in bed. And no more. Let me just say a couple more things.
That's too funny.
It was I've almost never laughed so hard in my life, honestly. I just because I was in shock because I was like, because when I put the link like on like StreamYard for whoever to pop on, and of course, I mean it was just Rapid pops on and he's under a blanket in his room in the dark. So it took me a second to
Oh my
realize what was
god.
happening, but yeah, definitely to this day one of the funniest live experiences I've had
I gotta
on
find.
YouTube.
Is that still up on a channel? Is that on somebody's channel right now?
Yeah, no, it would be on mine. It I'll have to dig it up. It should be on there on one of my in my live sections. It'd be a
Yeah.
super long one because I think I was just like straight up having everybody pop in and talk. And yeah, I'll have to search for it because I have quite a few
Trying to
lives. I mean, I have a
find it.
lot of content, but yeah, I'll maybe I'll have Rapid find it. I'll have I'll have Aaron find it. Go find that video where you were under like in your room under a blanket and you were gonna
Yeah,
get in trouble by your parents because weren't supposed to be awake.
that's perfect.
And he's like, "Oh, it's right here.
Got it
See
queued
like
up.
this one." Yeah, he's everybody's hype man. That's for sure. He's number one hype man.
I like
He
the.
is.
I can't remember where I saw it. I don't know if it's like. I don't know if it's like every diecast breakdown video where we're like David. David is like, oh, what did he say? Stay juking, and you're like, can we edit that
Said you
out?
can. Yeah, at the beginning, I'm like,
Yeah.
Can we not talk about this? Can we not make it a thing? And he's just like there, yeah, juking. And
I
I'm
can't
like,
see a juke without thinking about him.
don't encourage. Yeah, so yeah, that one pops up occasionally, and then you got the twice I cast.
Good
Yeah,
old twice.
it's a lot of fun. We enjoy interviewing anybody.
Yeah,
Anybody.
that recent one with what's his name, Glenn Chu.
Yeah,
That's his
Glenn
last
Chu,
name.
Mini
Yeah,
GT. Yeah.
that was a good one.
Yeah, it's a good one. I mean, it's just really cool to see how people got started doing what they do, like what they're passionate about, like how detail oriented he is. He's just like about like every little factor, you know, and you
Yeah.
can see it. You can see it in their products, you know. And then we had Adrian at Para 64, and you know how he started and what he likes, and he's not even. I don't think he had a huge like background in cars. It's just like now just owns a diecast company, you know. So it's like it's pretty cool, you know. So
Yeah.
and then they had I think he got recognized for this. I think this exact car right here, the this Porsche that they got like Lamley voted it best.
Oh
I
yeah,
think best diecast or whatever.
yeah, I like those.
This thing
I
is
plan on
cool.
getting some of those.
Yeah, you got. I mean, the price point's killer. I mean, I think they're under 20. At some place, I think it was. I think you can get them as cheap as like 17, $18 or something like that. And the quality is really up there with anything else. For the quality, it's pretty sweet. I think this is the only one I own so far, but I plan on buying some more. They had some. I think David has a couple of them. Of course, I think he's the person that was like, "Oh yeah, we got to do that. We got to talk to this guy." And yeah, it's interesting talking to Adrian like on like Instagram, just talking about what cars he needs to do. I'm like, you need to do this one. You need to do a PT Cruiser. You need to do a Saturn. And he's just, Adrian,
Hello,
where'd you go,
did
man?
we lose him?
Yeah, hello. And no, we talked about some, just talking about doing like Toyota FX16 GTS, like just kind of obscure cars, some stuff that he likes doing things that people haven't done yet. And that's pretty interesting, like have a company that's just like really focused on doing new stuff and not exhausting everything out there that's already been done 1,000 times. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, I mean, I have a lot more, drive to collect these nicer cars than some of the dollar cars.
Yeah. I want to find somebody who makes, I don't think there's one out there, but have you heard of the Ultima RS? You ever heard of that car?
Like Ultima or Altima.
Yeah. No, not
The
Ultima.
Altima that cuts you off on the freeway flying by, like
No, not that
with a spare
horrible
tire
one.
at 120.
Yeah, but it's if you look it up, it's a beautiful car, and I think
Ultima, I know what an Ultima is. I don't know about it's Ultima. You said Ultima RS?
Yeah, specifically that one. I'd love to find somebody who makes a model of it.
Oh, yeah. I know what you're talking about. Let's see if they do make it. Ultima RS Diecast. Turns out it's like the most, like there's tons of different kinds. You just never looked into it.
They're everywhere.
I'm like, oh, you can there's 16 different manufacturers. No, there's really, they make a larger scale one, I think, looks like 1/18 or something like that. But I'm not seeing a bunch of stuff pop up. So yeah, I mean, I'll hit Adrian up. Be like, hey man, you need to make this. Bobby Millz
Let
said
him know.
you need to do it.
Put him on
And
notice.
if you don't, he'll find you. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool. Yeah, I'll put that on the list of things I need to make this week. Ultima RS. That's cool. Yeah, what other cars do you think they should make that really aren't out there? Is there anything else that comes to mind?
Not
it's a tough one because there's a lot of diecast out there.
There really is. That's nothing's coming to mind. I'm like looking around at the cars, like,
Well, I mentioned a couple earlier that they don't have a large presence in the diecast community, and I think it was the Saturn SL, and there's not a lot of PT Cruisers out there. So we're trying for David to get these made, and there's a lot of pushback for some reason. I don't know why.
I cannot imagine why.
Yeah, I don't know why. But whenever we bring it up to a diecast manufacturer, they're just say they're going to get back to us on that, and
like, yeah, we'll call you.
We'll have our people call your people. Goodbye. Yeah. So
lose my number.
But he shoots his shot every time, basically.
Hey, you never know. And then they mess around and actually make it, and you're like, oh, that was my idea.
That was my idea. Yeah, that's right. I'm trying. Always trying to talk people into making my specific car, as I like to say, Pacific car. Um,
Pacific.
yeah, Pacifically speaking. I have conned Eddie Castro of Maisto and was it Barago or Bazinga? Barago. I pronounce everything wrong, and I enjoy it. But I would convince him to to draw me at least to illustrate my 510 so that I can put it
All right.
either on my site or on my YouTube or a T-shirt or something like that. So
That's pretty cool.
it's pretty cool because he's amazing, and
Yeah,
I plan on having him here on the podcast probably pretty soon.
that'd be
So
awesome.
yeah, he's a cool dude. You meet some people out there. We've talked to some pretty some designers and some cool people, and you know some just aren't as cool as others. It's
Well,
just
yeah, that's what I thought was so cool about Glenn is that he seemed like really chill. You would think that some of these folks would be like hard to access and kind of like
yeah.
above all, but he wasn't like that at all.
Yeah, no, he was super cool. I mean, most of them have. I mean, most all of them have been like, and Adrian with the, you know, Par 64, and some of the, I mean, Johnny Lightning stuff, and even Chad Reed um, was pretty. He's pretty chill too. I mean, weird. I mean, I'm
Mhm.
sending him weird memes all day long, and he's sending me weird memes on Instagram. So, no, I consider him a good buddy, and it's maybe one of these days I'll talk him into making my car too. I mean, you gotta keep asking like every day, like wakey wakey, time to get
Hey.
up in the morning, make my car. So but
Yeah.
some really down to earth people that are doing big things. I mean, when it comes down to it, I always like to remind people they're toy cars, right? Like,
Right.
don't fight each other in the aisles, like And some designers, or even like Hot Wheel designers, they think that they're the coolest people in the world. They're like, oh yes, I am great, and it's like they're toy cars. It's cool what you do, but don't be big headed about like. Just be chill. Just be cool.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
we all like these cars, and that's the people like you meet people like Chad Reed, like Eddie Castro, like Glenn Chu. They're just super cool, down to earth people that are just like you and I.
Hmm.
So it's pretty cool to meet those people, especially in real life when you get the chance to. I mean, meet them in
Right.
real life and just kind of chill with them. So yeah, it's pretty cool. To that convention, I gotta go. Like, I don't. Did you watch the video
Not
on
yet.
the
I must. I
Diecast
think I have it on my
Con?
watch later list.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was pretty. It was a lot of fun. Being able to. We met some of the. We met people. I mean, met Eddie Castro. We interviewed him. He's just funny. He's just a funny, like, down to earth dude. Chill. We were laughing,
Hmm.
doing outtakes, stuff like that. So, um, they're really cool people down there that you can just meet and ask questions and stuff like that. But that's why we do our show. The
Right.
diecast breakdown is to meet the cool people that want to tell more about themselves, like what got them started, um, and then have our fans or subscribers, whatever you want to call them. I don't know if they're fans of ours. They're more like boo, but just to ask questions, to be able to get those questions to those people,
Yeah.
because a lot of times there's a disconnect. Even if you were to email their team of people that answer questions, it's a lot different to be able to have a
Right.
list of questions, maybe a handful of people that we can ask them the question live, or on our one of our podcasts. Like, hey, Bobby Millz was asking, when's this Ultima RS coming out, and he wants an answer today. And what am I going to tell him?
Yep. Yeah. It's
So
you guys are representing for the little guys.
yeah, for just all the little people,
Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess let's see here. What other questions do I have here? Let's written down. I can't read my own handwriting. So what are your future plans with your channel and like so your Instagram and your YouTube? What's your goal? Like, are you just doing this? I mean, for fun? Do you want to grow into the thousands? Do you want to like? Why do you do it?
So for me, this has really just become a creative outlet, and it's I try to stay up on it and not have so much, weeks going by without content, stuff like that. But
Yeah, it's
I'm
tough.
not a full time YouTuber, and
No.
but I don't have any plans on becoming monetized and all that kind of stuff. Like my brother, he's been a big fan, and try to push me to get the channel monetized. All this, you could do this, and I'm like, I'm not really
You
trying to
could
be
be
that big.
rich, Bobby. You could be
Yeah.
rich.
He's like, this is how you do it, right? This is how you do it.
Do it
We can
like
have a
this,
giveaway.
man.
Yeah, it's like a sweepstakes, right? You know what I mean?
It's like spin the wheel.
Yeah. But no, I'm just having fun with it, really. And the segment that I'm doing now, the behind the wheels, that's gonna be what I'm focusing on the most. Um, just because there is unlimited currency, because there's so many cars to talk about, and just
Yeah,
really trying to make it a educational piece with that. And with the Instagram, I mean, if you look at my Instagram, it's all over the place. Like I'm doing this thing, then I'm doing a picture. Like there's no real rhyme or reason to it, and I like that. Some people's Instagrams are very neat and every picture is the same, and that's cool. I like that, but yeah, you don't know what to expect with the Instagram
yeah.
page.
Mine are all over the place too. I don't really have any kind of consistency or anything. But yeah, it's mostly post stories. I don't post a lot of posts. It's
Right.
mostly just stories. I'd like to tell stories about things.
Yeah, I
Once
have
upon a time, I became a
I have a
Diecast fan, and I became broke.
yeah. So it's just really freestyling it. I have a few diorama ideas I want to work on, and I'm always pushing the limits as to how I can display cars and what I can make and this and that. But just really having fun with it right now.
Well, that's cool. That's my best advice for people is just to kind of, it's a hobby. Try not to. I mean, there's some people out there that it's just become something that they can make money off of, I guess.
Hmm.
But for most, I think that's like the 1%. It's really pretty hard. I mean, you got Yogi at Jakarta Diecast that makes does it for a living now
Yeah.
and pays the bills with it. But he's also dialed in. He's honed a skill that no one can touch,
Hmm.
out there. So
Yeah.
and his skills on editing and all that. He's always done his own editing. He finally just started having somebody else do it. Um,
Right.
but for the most part, he's done all of his own editing and stuff like that. And it's really high quality stuff. So that's kind of what
Hmm.
got like Derek and I into like not only just kind of posting videos, but more so like customizing. I think that he's inspired thousands of people to
Right.
start customizing cars. And yeah, just a reminder that
Yeah.
I always remind people post where you're at with your collection, what you're doing. Don't worry about that someone else has posted that video before about a wheel swap. Show how you do a
Oh
wheel
yeah.
swap. Like
I didn't know that.
show how you paint this car because it's hard to find stuff sometimes. I mean, YouTube takes you to different directions, and you could never find something that it brings you to that one person that finds your thing and it starts a passion
Right.
for them. You don't have to worry about other people doing that for you. You just post what you want to do. So
Right.
have fun with it.
It really doesn't matter, like you said, that other people have done the same thing, because I posted a video about different ways to display cars, and it's
Yep.
like my top viewed video. It's been viewed like over 5,000 times or something like that. And there's plenty other videos that talk about how to display cars, but there's there's so many different ways to do it and different points of
Bobby, I
view,
hate to
you
break
know.
it to you, but that was me. Watched your video 5,000 times.
Oh, you know what? On the subject, let me give him a shout outs though. Let me give him a shout outs though. But I have to shout out Derek, on his diecast, because this last video that I did about the quit collecting the boulevards and stuff, that video has blown up, and he shared it on his channel, and it's just been this surge of subs and views and all
That's
that.
good, man. That's what we
And
got to
those,
do is help each other out.
yeah, I really do appreciate it. Those little things that people do to help each other out is it's it's very
I
much
figured it
appreciated.
even out because I had posted a video. I had posted a link that said "Don't watch this video," and there said "Watch this video." So I thought I would maybe even out or something. Like this is a terrible
Sound
video.
cool. Yeah.
Terrible. No, that's cool. I mean, that's one thing we do on the Diecast breakdown as well. Is we do the small channel shout outs, and people
Right.
under, I don't know if it's under 1,000 or I think it's under 700 or 1,000. But yeah, there's everybody's trying to get their foot in the door and grow. It's really hard to grow on YouTube.
It is.
Instagram you can grow pretty quick. I mean, you can just follow a bunch of people. You just sit there
Right.
and follow 3,000 people and grow to 500, no problem. But doing that on YouTube will get you nowhere. You just go hit
Right.
subscribe. People are like they won't follow you back, subscribe back. So
Yeah.
it's really tough. I've been growing my detail channel for, I think it's been a couple of years now, but I've only been really focused on it for maybe a year, and it's
Hmm.
tough. I think I just hit like 425. It's going. It's starting to pick up steam, but like I think we were
Right.
talking before we hopped on here that YouTube is pretty much more so like mainly like when I post a short, it does really well like almost every time. But when I post
Right.
something I put like my heart and soul into, soul, it's like
Exactly.
2 views, and they were both
Exactly.
me. One was
But
me,
that
one was Bobby Millz.
I, I think, and that's where I don't really get as frustrated anymore, because I look at it, because I'm not bragging, but I believe in my product. I like my own channel and the videos that I put out, and I do put a lot of effort into the editing and all
Hey,
that.
everybody
And I
likes their
look,
own brand.
yeah, you have to. You got to believe in it. You got to believe in your product. But like I just look at it as it's science. It's this business of the algorithm, and you're either hitting or you're not. And there's so many, with tags and hashtags and all these different kind of things. There's so many, you know behind the scenes things that go into it that you don't even know about with YouTube. It's like, why is my channel not doing well? There's so much that goes into it.
Yeah.
So I don't even worry about it anymore. You know.
So yeah, don't worry about it. And I think we all know like sometimes when like your video could do really well like 1 year later, 2 years later. It
Right.
could be six months, and from what I've looked into, a lot of times like videos do not go viral on their own, just like overnight. It could be 6 months or more before it
Yeah.
gets pushed into a browse section or something. So the less you care about it, the better you'll do. But
Yeah.
I mean, I've always just been a big fan of the tight knit community that I've had on my channel, and even the same with our diecast breakdown because it's basically the same people. Like
Right.
it's like the same group of people for like me, Chuck, and David. And
Mhm.
even Derek coming on and Rob coming on, Scale Enthusiasm. Um, Same group of people. Everybody kind of knows each other, so it's nice. It's a tight knit group. Everybody's super supportive and nice. Occasionally, you get some random person that comes in and tries to stir things up, stir the pot, But I don't even, participate in any kind of drama. Just
No.
don't have time for it at all. I don't entertain it. So
I
just
do
got to
find
be,
it funny
just got
that,
to be good. You got to be nice. You got to be encouraging.
yeah. You'd be surprised. I find it funny that there can actually be drama in a hobby like this. Like, that's
A lot,
strange to me.
like a lot of drama.
Like, how
Like
does that even
that's like,
start?
yeah, you got this. You people start getting all, say the S word, scalper people. Yeah, it's like, dude. I mean,
You
you
posted
just
more than
chill. Like,
5 cars. What are you doing?
I
Can't be
can't
doing
find
that.
any cars. They're taking them all. I went to Walmart today. There was 0 cars there. The scalpers took them all. They're selling them all. I know it.
That was one of your.
Yeah.
That was one of your podcasts. You were talking about, don't harsh people's mellow. Don't be a. I don't think that was the term you used, but you know.
Yeah. Mellow yellow. That's a good soda pop.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think, yeah, it's just, I still see this stuff on like Instagram and certain places, like grown men fighting each other, like legitimately. It's not even a joke. They're like fighting each other in the aisles over this, Boulevard C10 that you were looking for. These guys are fighting each other
Yeah.
for. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's really dumb. It's really dumb
Mm-hmm.
that there's people. I mean, like, I always like there's children starving, there's people starving in the world, there's people like dying, there's all kinds of crazy stuff going on. And you can't find the car you're looking for?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Life goes on.
Yep.
It really does. So,
Okay.
and scalpers are always going to be, they're always going to exist. There's no stopping them. I mean, you can slow them down, but you just have to, there's just different avenues. The more friends you make, you come into a community and someone will help you out. I mean, we all try to help
Oh
each
yeah.
other out. I send people stuff. I don't expect anything from it. Don't send me something back. I think another thing that, people, if you're sending people like a care package, I never expect anyone to make a video or to give me shout outs because that's not what it's about. So I always
Right.
tell people, like, don't worry about it. Like, don't, I'm going to make a video next week. I'm like, don't worry about it. If you want to do it, I appreciate if you want to do it. And if it's good content for you, if you want to make something, that's fine. But,
Right.
there's people out there that like have been my like really diehard fans, like Edward G. Shout out to Edward G. I know he's watching this. I know he's listening. He likes everything. He comments on everything I post everywhere. So I mean, like, I'm not kidding. Like, he follows me on my, everything that I do on social
Yeah.
media. Like, he's there supporting me, everything. So I sent him this big box of cars and sent him the custom from Chuck. From the Diecast breakdown, and I sent him everything. I mean, I'd send him my whole collection if I could, but he deserves, like, just a thank you, and
Right.
it's the people out there that expect stuff they're not gonna get anything from me. I'm like,
Right.
I'm good. It's the
Mark, send
people
me a
that
510.
send me
I know
everything.
you.
Give
I
me
know
that
you
car.
got it. I know you got like 1,000 of them. You give me one.
Give me that car. Give me that car. It's just one car. It's one car.
Just one.
Give it to me. Give me your house. Give me your real car. Give me your GTR.
It's kind
No.
of funny because I've been having some work done at my house, and some people coming in and out of the house. I'm like, let one of y'all take even one of my. You think I won't notice? I'll notice. Let me find one car missing out there. I will find out.
Taking one of your diecast. My nephew works with me. I have him clean stuff, and I help to, around the property today, and he helps vacuum and clean. Yeah, he's a great worker. He's 13, and I gave him a diecast today, and I give him like a choice of like
Nice,
3 cars. I'm like, because he loves cars, he especially loves diecast,
nice.
and so I gave him a choice of 3 cars. I gave him a choice of some older R34s, or one, yeah, blue R34, a red R34 main lines, and then what is it, street? It's a premium. It's a S2000 silver. It's called Street Customs or Outlawed or something. It's kind of like
Street
it kind of
touring.
like What's that?
Was it Street Tuners?
Yeah, it might be Street Tuners. It's probably
I feel like
from
like the colorful card.
from a while ago. It's kind of a hard one to find. But he picked the S2000. So I
Yeah.
was like, good choice. Because yeah, really, I think I found that one at Michael's of all places. Michael's craft
Nice.
store. Do you know
I
you can
used to
find
see him at
Hot
Michael's. I
Wheels
don't
there?
know.
Yeah, Michael's. You can find Hot Wheel. You can find Hot Wheels at and diecast at weird places. Like I found some cool ones at. I think when I was visiting Derek a few years ago. What is it? Cracker Barrel. I found a cool 2-pack with a Datsun Fair
Yeah.
Lady in it. And I was like, what, 2-pack? And it was a Cracker Barrel. Okay. I've just been looking at random places lately, and I haven't had any luck. I looked at the library, the post office, underground subway. I looked at Subway. All they had is sandwiches. Yeah, that's one of them.
I got one Fair Lady. Is it this one? Yeah. I love this thing.
Yeah, that's cool. You know, there's a lot of variations to that, right?
Yeah, it's strange though. I don't like them. I like. There's something about this one and the color combination. Like I like it, but when I look at the other ones, I'm like, I don't know. But I like this one.
That reminds me, like the way you said that. Just reminds me of like Mr. Deeds, like with Adam Sandler, the movie where he's like, "These are my friends," and what's his face? I don't like him. And he just walks off. What's his name? He's he's always in Adam Sandler movies. But he's a firefighter. He was a firefighter in 9/11 during that time, or he went and helped out during that time. He had the. I gotta look this up, man. This is gonna kill me.
Yeah, it's not coming.
He's hilarious. He's in Portlandia. That's one of my favorite shows because I live not that far away from Portland.
Oh, I love that show.
Yeah, he's in one of those episodes. Let me see here. Adam Sandler movies.
Oh, I think I know who you're talking about. The name.
Yeah, he was in Con Air. He was the cannibal guy. You know, they had a mask on and everything. Adam Sandler movies. It starts with its last name is a B. It's a B. All right, let's see here. Let's look at cast of Mr. Deeds. I know people are listening to this. They're like, it's him, you dummy. They're just saying the name out.
They're like yelling it.
Yeah, you're so dumb.
They're like yelling it right now. Whoever you are, we can't hear you.
Can't hear you. We're not live. Cast. All right. Steve Buscemi. That's what it is. Steve Buscemi. And
I love Steve Buscemi.
Okay, it's Steve Buscemi, and I'm gonna have to pull up this scene now. Steve.
I don't get it. I don't believe in it.
Buscemi. I don't. Yeah, here it is. Okay. Okay.
Are you sure about that? I don't know. Maybe he was just waving. Hey, who are your friends? Oh, this is Chuck and Cecil. They're from New York. I don't like them. Okay. I see you.
That was you just moments ago. I don't like them.
Just like that. I don't like him.
I don't like him. Just walks away. He's like, all right, hey, get seeing you. Oh man, that's really dumb. Anyways, we're almost an hour deep into this. Probably go for a few more minutes here, and then I'll get back to your life of Honda racing over here and golf. Your golf and Advan. There's two Honda places. There's just a shop there. So what out of all your cars, what? And that's a tough question. It's a really tough question, Bobby. What's your favorite car? Like which car out of your entire collection brings you the most joy, the most nostalgia, the most quarter miles at a times? Which one is it?
I'm literally looking around. Oh, that is.
I mean, if you think about it, it's like, which car could you never let go? Like, people are like, I'll give you 6 packs of Trident layers for that. And you're like, ooh. Nah.
Oh, man. I'm looking around. That is. Keep that one on the table. I'm going to get back to it.
All right, you think about that one for a couple minutes. And then, the other question is, what's the car that you really want that you haven't been able to find or acquire? Is there a car out there that you just can't get your hands on?
Not really. So what, as far as grails go, the car that I might consider a grail is not a Hot Wheels, but it would be the number 55 Mazda 787B, the renowned Charge one, the
Full
orange
rotor.
one. I was in a eBay bid for a Kyosho one, and it just got a little bit too high. I'm like, nah, I'm not gonna pull it.
It got a little hot in there, so I was like,
it got hot and sweaty.
I'm out.
So I had to get out. But yeah, that would be that would definitely be one of them. I think a grail that I think would not be attainable would be the Zamac 911. I guess it was like a gift to the employees or something like that. But
oh, really?
yeah, because you'll see them posted sometimes like a Zamac. Oh, I didn't know they made those. Well, yeah, they didn't. They weren't.
They didn't.
They weren't released. That would be insanely awesome. Or like the RLC version of the black RWB. That would be pretty cool.
Oh yeah.
But there's not a whole lot other than those. There's not too many that I lose sleep over.
Yeah, you're just sitting there with your eyes open, just I can't sleep. I gotta have it. I gotta have it. I gotta have the Zamac 911 that doesn't exist.
The unicorn.
Yeah, the unicorn GT500, Eleanor.
Yeah.
So have you thought of any of the cars in your collection that are just really near and dear to your heart?
This one of them is actually I don't have it at the moment. It's the GLK Mercedes, like what is it? This one is the CLK. So it's the one with the Boulevard one, kind of like this one.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, I just cracked that the other day. I absolutely love it.
That's what is it? Is it silver as well? Yeah,
I think it's at work. I have a bunch of cars on my desk at work right now that I need to come home. But this one's
move. Go in and get into his desk now. Go. Seal team number 2.
Yeah, but this is what's hot in the streets right now. This is my favorite right now, I would say.
Okay.
Absolutely.
I don't think I have that one. Yeah. That's a newer Boulevard, right?
Yeah.
At
I'm
Alpha.
not sure what number it was. But yeah, I like that one. As far as casting, like casting specific,
Yeah, what's your
my
favorite casting?
so my so it's a little bit out of reach, but my favorite of all time is the Jaguar Project 8. I have all of them,
Oh,
including. So I have this custom from Subi Diecast Customs. I'll just
yeah.
show that in case no one's seen it. But I thought he did an awesome job on this thing. But
Yeah, that's awesome.
that is first favorite casting, and second favorite casting would be the Cadillac El Mirage.
El
Yeah,
Mirage.
yeah, I love these. Just such a classy vehicle.
Got those big body cars. Big
Yeah.
body.
So those two top rank. And then I think I have all of these except for the Momo one. That's on the list. I got to get that, and then I'll have all these 962s.
Momo Transporter?
Yeah, that one, the Team Transport.
I might have it. If I do, it's yours. I'll see if I have it.
Get some trade action.
No, you can just have it.
Ooh.
But,
Yeah,
because I just had some guys break into your work and steal a bunch of your diecasts out of your desk, so I think we'll be since you...
Yeah, when I I gotta
knocked on yourself. I never knocked on nobody except myself. Yeah. So, all right. Well, we're at an hour mark here, Bobby. It's been great chatting with you, man. Please, everyone, go check out Bobby Millz' channel. He said where you could find him. If you weren't here at the beginning, you can find him on Instagram. Wheelhouse Diecast, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Wheelhouse Diecast on Instagram or on YouTube. He needs more subscribers. It's just one of those things, he's one of those channels that's a great channel. Really high quality videos that he does. Good thumbnails. Great thumbnails. And
yeah.
I like those thumbnails, man. I've stepped up my thumbnail game this year, so it's getting there. It's getting there. It's a lot better. My thumbnail game was weak before this, but now I'm spending a little bit more time. I've got some different programs. I'm not going to divulge that kind of information. It's proprietary.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you don't have the amount of subscribers that you should. As I was going to say, it's underrated. The channel needs more subscribers because his content is really good. It makes me laugh. I really enjoy it. That's why I had Bobby on. There's not a lot of really funny diecast people out there. Everyone's pretty serious. Everyone's like, "Yo, so then I have this, and it's yellow, and the wheels are. If you look really closely, there's 5 spokes." Yeah, so keep it light. Bobby keeps it light. It's fun. That's how it should be. I mean, to each their own. There's a lot of serious channels out there. It's great, good, lots of information. But me personally, I like to laugh. I don't know about you guys, but if you like to laugh, go check out Bobby Millz. He's funny.
That's right. Stop on by.
So, is there anything you'd like to ask me before we leave? Is there anything that was offensive that you need to clear the air about that I said on this episode?
No, deeply offended, triggered, all of that.
You're triggered.
No,
is there any fact checking that?
No, I really appreciate you having me on. This I was looking forward to it, and I'm like, look at me, Ma. I made it.
I made it. Yeah.
I started from the bottom. Now I'm here. Yeah, no, it was a great opportunity. I loved it, and we'll do it again sometime. Maybe in person. Maybe I'll go to one of them. Maybe I'll go to one of them fancy conventions someday or something.
Yeah. See.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that'd be cool. We're gonna be there next year in Las Vegas. I totally plan it. We plan on having a booth, and then we might. I think Dave was talking about something in Chicago or so. I don't know, somewhere.
Yeah.
That I don't want to go. But I never wanted to go to Vegas either. And I told myself I'd never go to Vegas, but that's the only reason I went is because Diecast's calling, So, but it was worth it. It was fun. But
That's awesome.
Vegas ain't my place. It's not really my thing. So, yeah. So again, thank you so much, Bobby, for coming on. It was a pleasure having you. Yeah, just a quick round of applause here for Bobby. Thank you, everybody. It's so nice. Nice. So good. All right. So, everybody, God bless y'all. Thanks for listening. Sorry, I haven't posted much lately. Life gets crazy, as Bobby knows too. Sometimes just don't post things very often. But plan on having some more guests on soon here. Thank you for coming on again, Bobby. And
for sure,
we'll have you on again.
Awesome. Thanks, Mark. Great talking to you, brother.
You too, brother.
All right.